This is a speech by Miles Fortier about suicide prevention for veterans of soldiers, veterans of foreign wars. And this is my audience. This is their veterans and family members of veterans, and pretty much people that care. And I'll start my speech. 8 years of war in Afghanistan and Iraq have etched indelible scars in the psyches of many of our nation's servicemen and women. The U.S. military is losing a battle that stems an epidemic of suicide within its ranks. In San Antonio, a staff sergeant who had lost soldiers in Iraq war zone was called a wimp, a coward, a wuss from his leaders when he mentioned he might need psychological help, which led to his suicide several weeks later. It is this type of stigma and toxic leadership that can kill, and that is being examined here by scientists, clinicians, specialists in an attempt to eliminate it. A soldier's ethos of never leaving a fallen comrade behind include those wounds you can't see. You should encourage others to be kinder than necessary, because everyone is battling some kind of problem, and try to reach out and intervene early rather than too late. And a perfect example of that is one of my best friends from the Army. He was a sniper, and we lost him about a year after he got out. There's a picture of him too. It's not very well, and he was buried in Arlington Cemetery in Chicago, Illinois. And he's a great guy. Here's some visual aids for you guys. And leaders should be compassionate to soldiers and try to emphasize that it's okay to get help. Untreated depression, PTSD, and traumatic brain injuries deserve attention, and you should encourage those that have been afflicted by those to seek help and from professionals. And like many of my friends, even my friend Johnny here, suffered traumatic brain injuries, and myself suffered traumatic brain injuries, and probably didn't get adequate help that we should have. And I don't know. Don't be afraid to intervene to save a life. Just being there for someone can make a huge difference in the outcome. We are only the land of the free because of the brave soldiers who sacrifice their lives and their families. As our soldiers fight terrorism, the sacrifices asked of them and their families have increased significantly. Regrettably, under such circumstances, it is natural for people to feel the stress of these demands and be overwhelmed at times. Tragically, these pressures too often lead to suicide. The Army distributes an information card to all our soldiers. I still have mine. It's called the ACE card, Suicide Prevention, and it pretty much consists of asking your buddy, having the courage to ask your buddy questions like, are you thinking of killing yourself? And try to care about your buddy and remove any means that could be used for self-injury. Calmly control the situation. Don't try to be forceful. And actively listen to produce relief. Don't just try to take over the conversation with your thoughts on the matter. Just listen for a while. And never leave your buddy alone when he's feeling suicidal or depressed. Escort to the chain of command anybody, a mental health professional, and a professional that could help is the main thing I'm trying to get across. And some of the warning signs of soldiers thinking like suicidal thoughts, tendencies, is like talking about killing yourself or someone else, giving away all your property or a disregard for your personal property, and withdrawal from friends or activities, things they used to like, they don't want to do anymore, they have no patience for, acting bizarre or unusual based on your knowledge of the person. Because, we're all pretty unusual, especially the Army, infantry, and Marines. And soldiers experiencing finance problems, lost their job, leaving the service, relationship problems, etc. Anything that really, depression, anything that can stem depression or PTSD flares. And suicidal risks are highest when the person sees no way out and fears things may only get worse. The predominant emotions are hopelessness and helplessness. Thinking constricted with the tendency or perceive that his or her situation as all bad and no way of getting out, really. His judgment is impaired by use of alcohol or other substances. If he's an addict or a drunk, it's only going to make the situation worse usually, and it'll lead you to a state of dependency on that until you really end up killing yourself. So the main point I'm just trying to get across is just be there and be supportive for your soldiers, and just try to show your appreciation more and watch out for the warning signs, and so that you don't lose another friend or a family member. Like, I've already lost several of ours, and it hurts, and I wish it doesn't happen to anybody else. And that's about it. Thanks for listening.